Hello, Social Dragoons, my name is Alex, and welcome back to Let's Play Doom Eternal. In the last video, we managed to get through most of the second half of the Arctic base, and now we're going to be able to finish it. Along with killing the Hell Priest that actually runs this godforsaken facility, but we'll get there when we get there. And, yeah, this particular video is going to be plagued with, miscalculations aplenty, like what I did earlier, so may want to get used to that, but from what I was able to tell, we were only able to lose, like, maybe 1 or 2 lives, which is more than what I can say for what's going to happen, in the next mission, but, you know. Though I did want to sort of talk about a few things. One, it kind of correlates with what I was talking about in the last video about Sony and them not making a physical media anymore. Well, I was actually, on the day that video came out, some more news dropped, and it turns out that Sony was actually twisting the numbers to make it look like that they were in the right for it. Basically, that's what it was. They were misconstruing information. So, yeah, not a good look for anybody. Oh, hey. And now my flame belt is upgraded, so now demons can drop armor a lot faster, which is going to be mega useful. I want to say that after this part in particular, I went and did some things off screen with the Sentinel batteries, mainly unlocking some modules in the Fortress of Doom, but it has been a hot minute since I actually played the game at the time of this voiceover. I really need to do it again. Hi, Pinky. And too bad the meat hook doesn't really work on you like it should. Oh well. Blood punch, and she's done. Oh, and also I was trying to get the meat hook upgrade a little bit worked on, so that way I could in theory go back to older levels and play, well, and try to get the weapon mastery a lot sooner. Oh, yeah, and also carcasses like to do that too. Basically, their shields will get in the way of you trying to do some of your more cooler stuff, like with the super shotgun, for example. I mean, technically the shields don't hurt you, but it is really, really annoying when that does happen, so. Nothing I can really do about it, though, except just try to make the best out of a bad situation, essentially. And I got my 7th token here as soon as I was able to get it, because sometimes the prompt doesn't appear when you want it to, you know? And I did take a little bit to see what perk I wanted. Because there are quite a few here. Some are a little bit better than others. Though I think I went with the freeze bomb first. Because if you're able to freeze, well, one of the upgrades for the freeze bomb is if you're able to freeze your opponents, then they'll be able to drop health, which is incredibly useful, actually. And then there's also the ones that, there's also the one that shatters demons if they're actually hit, and And from what I recall, the frag grenade also has some pretty good utility too. But I would say that the bomb is actually a lot better because mainly because of healing, and it can also take care of some demons in a quicker fashion. But no, apparently I went for the faster dashes and also the faster the faster charge time for the ice bomb, which I mean I'm not necessarily complaining about because I mean we can always rebuild the token count, you know. But anyway, so yeah, back to my original thing. Sony's been lying. I mean, major company. When do they not lie to try and make themselves look like the good guys? You know what I mean? So I'm not terribly surprised. It's just, you know, sometimes you want to hear something that's not true. Or no. Sometimes you want to hear something that, like, it sounds like. Okay. I think I got the better words for it. Sometimes we're told things that are bad, but eventually the truth comes out and it's way worse. I guess it's like an ignorance is bliss sort of thing, but I mean, I could be wrong on that one. Well, anyway. So before we can actually get into the boss of this mission, we gotta take care of this little horde here, which is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with because it's tight spaces, and not every weapon is good in tight spaces, especially the rocket launcher, because splash damage. That is always gonna be a thing. Well, no real point in you know, dwelling on that anymore, I guess. So, well, I guess I should probably mention that, I did want to do some art videos because I haven't done those in a very long time and I really want to do them again. But, I just haven't really been in a very artistic mood, I think. And maybe that's because the algorithms have been pushing more artificially generated stuff, which is already bad. You know, because there's a whole bunch of shit about AI art. I don't really want to get into that. You've all heard it like a million times already. But I think that's one reason that I haven't exactly been in a very artistically driven state for videos. Plus, I believe they don't do very well on YouTube anymore. Well, I guess that all kind of depends. Like, if you're someone like, I don't know, Jazza or Jinja Ninja Do. I can't talk. Jinja Ninja OWO. That is how you say her name. At least their name on YouTube. I do think that unless you're them, you're not gonna do terribly well as an artist on YouTube. You know, like, you've been around a lot. You've built up an audience over the years. You are innately high energy. You have this kind of I guess I don't really know how else to describe it. You're kind of what the algorithm wants you to be, right? Well, too bad for me then, because I'm not the most high energy guy in the world, and well, I also don't And, well, I guess it's also a bunch of self-deprecation stuff, but, you know, I don't consider my art to be the best in the world. It's certainly no museum piece worthy, but, you know, I like sharing my ideas out there, you know, for stories and whatnot. Well, it just, like, I wish that, you know, I just wish that the platform would start pushing smaller content creators instead of just exclusively giving it to the big guys, you know? But, I mean, whining, woulda, coulda, shoulda, you know. Oh, and also here, I was trying to find that secret, but wouldn't you know, I forgot how to do it. Yeah, that's just me. That's just me again. And I have not gone back for that. Clearly there is some way to get down there, but I just don't really remember. So, you know, there are other walkthroughs on YouTube if you want to figure that out, but I was not about to do that again for this video. Nope, I wasn't gonna do it. So, we're just gonna head on through to the boss, which is right past this little corridor. And I thought there was like a secret passage there or something, but no, there really isn't. So, oh, don't have my water with me. Crap. Well, anyway, so you just interact with the door, and you are treated to this little cutscene, which gives us the... I want to say this is the Doom Hunter. Admittedly, I am kind of blanking on the name right now, but we have been slowly building this demon for this half of the fortress. This thing is specifically designed, expertly biomechanical engineered to to kill the Slayer. Now, I do think he still stays as a boss in the game, but typically speaking, after a boss is done, they'll kind of show up as like a mini boss. So here's how he works. Phase 1 of the Doom Hunter is that essentially he is covered by a plasma shield, sort of like how the possessed guards are, right? So just plasma rifle, right? But as soon as his shield is gone, you're able to actually damage his health bar, which is basically shoot the chariot. As soon as that thing is gone, he'll move on to phase 2, where he'll not have a shield, I don't think, and it'll be a little easier to hurt him. Now, using the full auto shotgun is definitely a good idea, as the demo showed us. But I mean, like, rocket launcher. The rocket launcher, the lock-on burst, they actually do pretty well. At least that's how I felt. So yeah. But this is all just phase 1, you know. So like general attacks is slashes, the missiles, and I think he also has a charging attack of some kind. But well, you know, it kind of is what it is. And yes, I was being very dumb there. And now that his chariot is gone, we can actually start wailing on him. Assuming that the carcass doesn't get in the way and I don't accidentally be a dumbass again. So, yeah. When you can, try to burn these small fry demons so that way you can get armor and also chainsaw them for weapon ammo. But also be sure to kill the other demons so you get your health drops, because there's not that many pickups for health and plasma rifles. So yeah. And Lock-on Burst is still a good or lock. Yeah, it is Lock-on Burst. What am I talking about? Lock-on Burst is still pretty good for the second phase because since there's no shield, there's no, you know, like since there's no shield, there's no reason not to keep wailing on him. You know, just like.
We are not done yet.
Oh, right. So this is a case of you're able to handle one just fine, but how are you going to fare against two? You know, that kind of a classic trope or something like that, you know. And well, I don't die as far as I'm aware. At least, like, I don't lose a life, you know. But it can be kind of tricky to tell which one is which, because, not to play the racist card, but they all look the damn same. Which, I mean, like, it is a little bit of luck trying to figure out, like, okay, is this the one that I got earlier? Or is this the other one that I got, well, I mean, it doesn't particularly matter right now, because now I can fully tell them apart. At least until I accidentally kill. At least until I actually get rid of the other one's chariot. But, well, you know, easy come, easy go, right? But yeah, I actually really like these bosses. I think they're fun. I think they're kind of engaging. I think that it is a welcome challenge for the game, and it is kind of nice to actually get a boss fight this early on, because, well, there was like I want to say there was like 3 bosses in the in 2016, and they were like well into the adventure. So just having these bosses now actually feels pretty nice. And but thankfully I only have like this one particular hunter left, and I mean, yeah, these other guys are really giving me a pain in my ass, but I mean, like that's just doom, you know. And there goes the carcass. Thank freaking God, am I right? And since he's almost dead, oh no, he's not. I was just off his. I was just off him for so long that he. Well, I don't necessarily want to say that. Oh, but also I think that if you, I think that you might have an easier time if you come back here with the chain gun. But we're not gonna get that till the next mission. So, just like maybe a chain gun can actually help you if you don't want to use the full auto shotgun. But yeah, just don't necessarily do what I do for this fight, or this game in general, because like. I'll admit, I'm no expert on here. I don't claim to be an expert. I just wanted to play this game because, well, 1, I haven't played it in such a long time, and 2, I actually thought it was kind of fun. And so this leaves us with the boss done, and it's time for 2/3 of the Hell Invasion to stop. Well, I say 2/3 because there's like 3 priests. We already took care of one in the first part, but yeah. Also, like the Slayer just doesn't have any time for his begging, I guess. Also, like this little bit here is like, don't forget to pay the ferryman. But yeah, that is the Hell base done, and we can finally move on and warm up. Seriously, it's freezing my nuts off out here. Oh, and after every boss, you do get a blood punch upgrade, which is great. Unfortunately, I don't get the Sentinel battery for this, but while we are here, I did kind of want to hint at some things before moving on here. Well, at least a hint at what's going to come next for the game, and also show off a new weapon that we can finally get. It's been developing for a while in the background. If you chose not to explore the fortress, essentially. So yeah. Oh right, the Con Maker. Basically, they have taken the final Hell Priestess somewhere secure, where we cannot follow just yet. So we got a couple more missions to do before we can actually get to the final Hell Priest. Though thankfully, Vega was able to keep her out of our systems from now on. At least for now. Well, since we don't have any leads, we can just go for the Super Gore Nest. Which is basically the main source of demonic corruption on Earth. So anyway, and with this, we're pretty much coming to the end of the video. So as soon as I get the ballista, which I'll talk about in the next video, I guess I'll just end it off here. Thank you so very much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're already so close to 800. Until next time, Celestial Dragoons, remember, reach for the stars.